This may be long one because of the years of issues. I've always felt like an outsider with them and never a part of. We've had issues with holidays in the past, and always go see them even though we were super uncomfortable being around them. My older sister, 34, always complains about my wife to her face and how she isn't being a good mother. For example, my wife and I have an arrangement that we made between ourselves. She works from home and takes care of our son all day while I'm at work, so if I'm around and we're away from home, I give my wife a break to take care of our son. None of this is my older sister's business. Well, one year she overheard my wife tell me that our son needs help changing his pants, so my sister snorted at her, "Ugh, why don't you just change him?" That's just one example. Now, my wife and I are working on our mental well-being, especially after we found out our son has autism and cerebral palsy. We need to be 100% for him and each other. We both are in 12 steps programs where we were recommended to spend the holidays in a mutual territory like a restaurant, so that no one expects a prolonged visit and less likely to cause arguments. I myself don't want to be around people drinking a ton, so I asked them not to drink if possible. This sent my dad, 60, and older sister into a rage where they both said a ton of hurtful things about myself and my wife. I took as well as I could but finally had enough. My sister brought up a time we went on vacation and how disrespectful my wife was to her. I couldn't for the life of me remember ever going on vacation with them because I absolutely refused to go on vacation with my siblings since I was 14. This might be a me problem, but still it took a while to realize WTF she was talking about. It was my birthday party that my wife invited them to, not a vacation. She couldn't even recognize that we rented a cabin for me and my birthday party. Here comes my perspective of that day. We planned a weekend where my wife surprised me with a family get-together for my birthday. When we arrived, my family was already there. I guess I should mention that I have a younger sister, 26, younger brother, 28, and another younger brother, 30, my older sister being the oldest. All of them came out for the occasion of celebrating my birthday. At the time, our son still slept in his pack-and-play, so we set up in the only room that fit the pack-and-play. But since my siblings got there before us, my older sister assumed the big bedroom would be for our parents, which I did assume too, but we had a baby that didn't fit in the only other available room. So, we took the big one that had a bathroom and door leading outside to the hot tub. My siblings were tubbing when we showed up, so when my older sister looked in and saw us taking the big room, she hopped out of the hot tub and walked into the room. The pack-and-play was blocking her way to the bathroom, so she started yelling at us about how we should take the other bedroom. I told her that we didn't fit in it with our baby and needed the room for him. And if she wanted to use the bathroom, we didn't mind, just walk around the cabin because our son was napping in the pack-and-play. Instead, she started kicking the pack-and-play, making my wife pick our son up while she's screaming at us for being selfish and not letting the rest of them use that bathroom. To which my wife said, "We aren't saying you can't use the bathroom, just don't be lazy and go around the cabin to get back in," which prompted my sister to scream at the top of her lungs, "I'm not crazy," and she started kicking again. I understand we could have picked our son up earlier and moved the pack-and-play for her, but neither of us wanted to wake our son. Mind you, this was within the first 30 minutes of use being unpacked for the weekend. You can imagine how the rest of the time went. Let's just say it wasn't my best birthday. So, after hearing how little they cared about my boundaries on what to do for the holidays, and my sister calling my birthday a vacation, I had enough and blocked them all. I've heard about how they're all calling me a narcissist who needs therapy now, and so I unblocked my mom. Now I feel so guilty about it all, but I'm just done. This has been the last straw. Should I have left them unblocked and Ada for getting them out of my life?